When we see silly acts of various idiots in comedy films, we think that such nonsense doesn't happen in real life. But believe it or not, people actually do more stupid things in real life than any comedy film could ever portray. We present to you some of the incredibly crazy and stupid actions of people caught on camera. Here we go. Let it roll. Why would a worker that is removing icicles from the roof care about something that happens down on the ground? Well, that's why. A group of young guys found out that their usual parking place is occupied with a wooden makeshift blockade. The driver asked his friend to remove the blockade without even thinking that there's probably a good reason for a makeshift blockade. If this guy had only used a small portion of his brain, he could have avoided the severe injuries. Well, good news is that he's still alive. A man thought it would be fun to take a ride holding a snowmobile from behind. He totally forgot to think about his boots and pants touching the snowmobile tracks. Fortunately, the driver managed to stop incredibly fast, and the man was lucky enough to avoid serious injuries. He could have been dead because of his own thoughtlessness. In this video, a fireman receives the Darwin Award. He simply walks up and looks at some live electrical wire and proceeds to grab it with his bare hand. What was he thinking? Fortunately, electricity decided to give him another chance at life and left him relatively fast. To tell the truth, I have no comments about this video. I mean, what kind of drugs would one have to be on to take such a risk? I could understand if the driver would have been alone in the bus, but it was full of people. This video was caught on Savaii Island, that is a part of the independent state of Samoa.
Fucking hell. Oh! Ah!
If you could only realize the total number of idiots who've injured themselves trying to create the most unusual way to eat corn on the cob. Some people lost their front teeth, while this lady simply had a chunk of her hair ripped smooth off. Now here we have a compilation of videos where armed dummies are trying to use their guns in many different and unusual ways, without even reading Gun Safety for Dummies. But what are we talking about here? Even special forces have no idea how to use their weapons sometimes. Don't be scared, because this man returned from his mission in one piece. He managed to avoid the bullet. Now this guy's gun got jammed, and no doubt he decided to check it by looking right into the barrel of the loaded gun. He too is a Darwin Award recipient. And here's the right way to somersault. This hockey player decided to drink the cap too. Tasty. And here's an instructional video that shows how a person can go bankrupt in a matter of seconds. Did you notice that he pushed those boxes in order to catch those boxes? There are many similar clips on YouTube. Why would one look where they're walking when they can just be immersed in their iPhone? He has muscles for brains. And in this case, he has a helmet for brains. Which part of his body was he using instead of the brain? This girl decided to wear high heels and walk on ice in the winter. Her usual trip to the store became much more interesting. Lucky for her, no people were around, so nobody saw her howling shame. This lady decided to take a ride. And how can one avoid jumping over such an attractive fire? What makes people think it is a good idea to taste cold metal poles in the winter? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.